Narcissism is complete and total psychosis. I'd agree with you. I'd just take the word tiny out of it. A pathological narcissist is living 100% of the time in a false reality. Now, it can be tricky to see because they're masking and they're kind of like triangulating, and everything's a transaction to them. And so they're kind of adapting themselves to their audience in certain ways, and they're hiding in cultural and social norms. I mean, we live in a culture founded on the process of colonization, a colonizer culture. People may not like those words, but that's the reality of how this culture was formed. And so a narcissist is an interpersonal colonizer. It's somebody that attempts to place their reality on top of everybody around them. And so, what a cult is like a group psychosis, and a kind of, narcissist is a natural born colonizer, also a natural born cult leader, where it's trying to pull everyone into their psychosis. I think it's tricky because their false reality largely overlaps with the reality we're all sharing. It's just that everything is jumbled up in it, the causality, their inability to take responsibility, their role in things. So it's this version of reality that's changed around, and the psychosis is in the context and in the way they're interpreting behaviors, and the way that they're kind of like incapable of owning their own behaviors, right? And so it's a tricky form of psychosis, but it's total. It is complete and total. And it's really only the broken nature of our culture that allows them to hide so effortlessly in this culture. It allows them to succeed in capitalism, basically. Their skill set actually helps them in a corporate environment, in the kind of like hoarding contest known as capitalism, because everything is transactional in capitalism. Everything is transactional to a narcissist. So in a lot of ways, narcissists are the physical embodiment of the capitalist ethos of business never personal, where everything's a transaction and emotions have no place in the equation. They just take this into the areas of interpersonal relationships where emotions are supposed to matter, and they're dishonest about everything. And so I think, when we think of narcissists, we have to think of somebody completely trapped in a false reality, completely delusional. And even though we can't see it, always operating from a state of psychosis.